In this example, we will investigate the environmental impact of the operation of a fleet, given a set of deliveries to be served from a logistics facility. In the previous example, we investigated a use case for Budapest, and we have simulated the activity of the fleet in terms of kilometers and driving time, for multiple different fleet configurations. We will now try to query the environmental impact of such activity for a use case in Madrid, using the same fleet configurations. First, we need to create a new scenario. We will name this scenario Get Fleet Environmental Impact. We use the Echelon model version 1 to extract the fleet activity, and Capert version 2 to estimate the greenhouse gas emissions. We connect the two models and we are prompted to select a connector. Then, we save the scenario. Moving to the Simulations menu, we can now create a simulation using the new scenario. We give an appropriate name to the simulation, and select the scenario. Next, we are redirected to the simulation wizard. We see that the wizard walks us through multiple steps according to the models included in our scenario. Here the user provides the data to be used for the simulation execution. Here we provide the inputs to the Echelon model. The inputs have the same semicolon-separated format as we discussed previously. Next, we can see the different fleet setups that we are going to use for the following simulations. We see that we use 3 cases for light commercial vehicles, and another 3 for heavy-duty trucks, each with different pallet capacities. Furthermore, we note that the light commercial vehicles conform to the Euro 5 emissions standard, while the heavy-duty trucks conform to the Euro 6 standard. The simulation's results will provide useful insights on the environmental impact of the activity of the different fleet configurations. We provide a vehicles file to the Echelon model. Last, we provide the area as an archive containing the shape files for the reference delivery zone. Moving on to the connector, we need to define again the parameters of the vehicles. The connector will combine these values with the Echelon model outputs, and transform them to inputs to the Capert model. Finally, we also provide the input data for the Capert model. We can now start the simulation. Using the simulation cloning functionality, we can repeat the process multiple times for all the 6 fleet configurations. The input data for all the models are carried over to the cloned simulation. Therefore, We can modify only the fleet data. The 6 simulations have now been executed. By selecting them and pressing the Results button, we can now visualize our results. Here you can see the calculation of the greenhouse gas emissions for the different vehicle fleets. The results can be downloaded as a PDF file and shared through other means. Finally, the outputs of the simulations can also be downloaded for further offline processing. Thank you for your attention.